Welcome back to the video. Today let's talk about text in Minecraft. It's one of the more essential parts of the game if you have something complex going on or you want to convey a message, but most people do it in such a boring way by just typing text on a sign, and this is something where when you see a bunch of signs next to each other, you just don't want to read them. It's a really boring concept, so I figured in today's video, why not go through some way more exciting ways to write, like messages in Minecraft, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. You can like the video if you do, because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do like seeing way more exciting ways to write your messages or whatnot in Minecraft, including some ways that can cover every single letter in every single possible way, because that's something that I found to be important with this system. But with that said, let's get straight into talking about why signs are so bad, and the big thing is the fact that you can, again, it's super boring to read when you can read them, and if you get really far away from them, they just stop being readable at a certain distance. Like even, 15 blocks away, you gotta go closer to read them, you can't even squint, it's just the game itself will not render the sign properly, and that's a really bad thing. You want your messages to be read from preferably further away than that, right? So there's a few ways you can do this, and the first way is, of course, just to write your messages in giant text. So the reason I'm bringing this up, you might think this is really obvious, Toy Cat, but truth be told, which size you write your text in is something that's not so obvious. In fact, there's like a famous blunder in a video a while back where I messed up a U and people are like, you shouldn't do it that size for that reason, because there are certain sizes that just don't work with all colors of text. So these sizes that will work with every single text and every single block in, every single letter I should say, and every single number in Minecraft, and that will also work with every single block is 5 by 7. So 5 blocks wide, 7 blocks tall, can cover every single letter and make them all distinguishable. As you can see, Toy Cat, all of the letters are individually quite functional. In fact, I'd recommend making some of them a bit smaller to make it work with font, but this is just all caps every letter, and it works pretty well if you ask me. But that's the first way. 5 by 7 letters is the minimum you need to go to if you want to have every letter covered, and that's a pretty good size to work with because they all look just about right there. Again, you can go up or down from that, but that's the first point here. The second point is that if you're using any block which has stairs and slabs, so you can use bricks if you want to, please don't use bricks, then there's a famous kind of thing going along that I've seen quite a few times that was actually made by another YouTuber, as it turns out. I looked into it, it was Magma using, and yeah, you can do every single letter using bricks and stairs in a 3x3 format, again, only if they are in these particular types. So if you want to do really small letters, but also kind of distinguishable from quite some distance, you can do that with 3x3 like this. So I've done my name, as you can see, it looks wonderful, but you can do pretty much every letter using this, except the W. The W is the one character missing, which, as it so turns out, is needed to write my name. That's the closest thing I have, and it looks okay, but it doesn't really blend the rest. But yeah, you can do any letter in 3x3 text if you're using stairs and slabs. But in case you're like, no, Toy Cat, I want something more creative than just, I'm going to use blocks to write it. That's not what I came to this video for. I came for, for something way more exciting, and that's why I would recommend using banners to write your letters, perhaps, because here you can see, I've got some banners to explain that there is no cat stuff going on. Obviously, yeah, I think this is a wonderful way to do it, but I think banners are a really good way to convey messages, because although they have a render distance that does eventually fade out, as you're going to see, those banners over there fade out from about this distance, so you got about 50 to 60 block render distance, you can see stuff really amazingly in very, very small. This is a 1x2, letter format where I can see stuff from all the way over here. This is the render distance where it fades out, so no cat stuff just magically pops in, and in fact, you can even use that to your advantage to make it so from 50 blocks you can't see the message. It's like a message you can only see from up close, while also using very little space. Again, bear in mind how much, I wrote Toy Cat and all that space there. I could probably write a full, sentence or paragraph using the same, space, just using signs. So that's a really great benefit of using, banners to write your text, and because if you just Google your type of banner and then, that letter, you can write almost every single letter on a single banner pretty amazingly. Again, I've used these ones I just came up with myself. These aren't really all, equal. I could probably do better ones, like a bit more equal than that, but you still get the message, you can convey it, and you can do so in a way more interesting way than the signs, which again, look at them over there. I literally can't read it because the angle's wrong, but these I can read from, much better angles and much better places, because that's just how that works. Look, I can read it from all the way over here that it says no cat stuff, and that's wonderful. So the next way I recommend writing messages isn't necessarily better in terms of distance than the signs, but I think it's a lot cooler to, if you want to make it read at close range, you're like, Toy Cat, I like signs because they are close range. I want people to only be able to read them if they're literally standing at the distance where they can punch the sign off the wall. And if that's your case, I'm not going to judge you too hard, although I am secretly judging you quite hard. Then what you might want to do is you might want to put all of these, banners inside a chest. So, make a bunch of copies of them, put them inside a chest, and then do something like this. So you can have a message saying, cat's so fun, for all those situations where you want to tell people that I'm a cat and it's really fun. Or, maybe let's do another one. Let's say you have a fat son from the UK and you want to let people know, fat son UK. That's a thing you can totally do right here. But there's actually, there's a bunch of examples like this where you can use, even just these basic letters, like you can play around with the anagrams and you can do like the obvious thing of like, oh, what's going to go in the gap there? Oh yeah, of course, it's funk, because that's what you want to type. So you'd be like, at so funk, or so tough funk. I know you can do a bunch of bizarre stuff using letters and chess. I have just 8 letters here, but I can still make a bunch of of bizarre permutations, like, oh yeah, I really like katsu curry. It's one of my favorites, so I'll let people know that katsu is off. Katsu off N or something like that. You can do so many ridiculous combinations, like, oh yeah, sun cat off. There's so many ridiculous combinations. You can do 8 letters, so if you just have a bunch of them in there, you can have fun with it, but you can also just convey messages in a really bizarre, interesting way that's going to make people go, wow, good job, Toy Cat, or good job yourself if you're not me. Good job on doing that in that interesting way. But you might be thinking, I want something even more interesting than this, even more interesting than having never portals of the words in, which is, again, still going to be one of my favorite words because they're a bit too big. Because my recommendation, if you want to go bigger than that and more grand and like kind of just show off the, I guess, sometimes in Minecraft you want to show off how impressive you've done in survival, or if it's in creative, how impressive your stuff is. And if that is your case, then maybe something that might interest you is this right here. So this is what I like to call beacon art. So beacons are amazing for showing off how late game you are in Minecraft survival, but also they just look good and creative. Here is my high message in the sky. Looks pretty good, as you can see. But if we then combine this with the the things being turned on, you're gonna see how the message illuminates. And because we've done it in such a way, it's gonna illuminate and look like that. And I really love the appearance of the hi here. As you can see, hi. Now people know that I'm saying hello to them. But this also works in, okay, and also this has such a ridiculous distance you can see it from. So all the way from this creeper, like 300 blocks away, hi, I can see it very clearly. Do I want to go even further? Guess what? I can still see it from over here because it's beacons have this ridiculous long range to them, and it means that you can have a message visible from across the map, and you can use this in different ways too. It's not just saying hi because you want to say hello to your friends on the other side of the map. You can also use it for this one right here. So you can work out where this is going, but this message already looks pretty good by itself because I did the 5x7 letters from earlier. Again, if you're doing any block-based stuff, that's the minimum I'd recommend. And now if we just fill in these beacons so they'll all turn on, you're going to see we get this really, in my opinion, quite amazing effect where it's a very strongly illuminated message telling people exactly, what's going on over here. So let's just fill in all those beacon blocks and let's run again like 500, not 500, let's run like, 200, 300 blocks away, and let's show you that yes, you can see there is in fact danger over there, and you can see it very clearly. Everyone from all over the map can see that's the danger, but you can also let people know this is the spawn. You let people know anything you want just by doing that. And again, in case you're curious as to how exactly this is done, all you have to do is have a bunch of beacons. Again, in this case it's like 25. That's a lot for survival, I know, but maybe this is more creative based. But yeah, basically all you need to do is have a bunch of beacons looking like so. You want to make them all be a solid color. I recommend white. I think white has the best effect, but you can go black or red and then have a color for your text and just make it so that the that color is illuminated like that, and then you can have these messages which are illuminated all the way across the map. And also it's pretty fancy, right? Like, wow, look, Toy Cat has enough beacons, enough stained glass, enough iron blocks to make a sign that says danger. Hi, danger. And isn't that wonderful? I think it is, and I hope you did all enjoy this video going over some ways to make text more exciting. Again, if you want some non-conventional ones not recommended, just to kind of recap it right here, you got 5x7 letters, you got 3x3 letters if you're feeling fancy, we've got banners inside chests, we've got nether portal art if you really want to go that far, but the one I really love is the beacon art, and that's what I would recommend if you want to go really fancy crazy, and let's be honest, a part of you does, doesn't it? So I hope you did all enjoy this video, I hope you learned something about something. You can like the video if you did, because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do like this sort of video, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.